All right, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while since the Rage to Master thing, but I want to take a minute to kind of digest the match and figure out what I need to be working on in practice moving forward. So we're just going to watch my match video. Hopefully this will work. Never tried to record a video off YouTube, but it has a better scrubbing feature than my video editing software, so here we go. First stage was a long field course on the Big Bay using all of the old classic targets. So in the first position coming into it here, there are 3 targets you had to shoot from this position, and I put a 4th one in. So there's the first one. There's the second one. Okay, right there. This target I could have taken further down the stage, and I think this is probably the way to go. I made the conscious decision to send 3 at it. Probably took about 2 seconds. From this, I could have made this target right here, position down the stage, and just shot this target, and I probably could have shot this target in half the time and only sent 2. So I think that probably cost me better part of a second through lumping it into this position, although I thought it was going to pick up time because it made this a dynamic target and get me into that window faster. But lesson learned there. None of the grandmasters shooting the match shot it this way. Here's the third makeup shot. Okay, reloading out of position. That went okay. Shot pretty quick. Okay, that went pretty good. Points were kind of lousy on this. I shot across the way there and then shot down the line on those targets you had to shoot from there. Had a makeup shot because I threw a delta. Tried to roll through that position and came into the window. Then just didn't get my throttle control at all. This target right here, I should have been wailing on it faster. Ended up taking a makeup shot because I didn't want the Charlie that I'd thrown on it, which was kind of dumb. And then did that like you're supposed to. Georgia Firing Line is a good website. Go there. This stage, the wheels kind of came off. This is my worst stage of the day, and I'll show you why. Oh, I just should have been DQ'd, so check that out. Here we go. Always turn towards your gun. So if you come out of the holster, I thought I put my hand on the gun and turned away from the gun. This happened so quickly that nobody was really sure whether or not. Somebody mentioned it to me quietly. I slowed it down, but yes, I should have been DQ'd because watch, here we go. As soon as the trigger guard clears the holster and the RO is looking right at it, getting pretty close. We're definitely clear now, and that is not at all pointed down range. So I should have been DQ'd. My day should have been over right there, but that's okay. I shot a terrible stage anyway, so kind of a slow setup there. I shot this stage right to left. I shot 2 targets on the right side. Shot the 10 in the middle and then 8 on the other side, I believe. That made more sense. You could follow the gun around a little bit cleaner this way. I almost hit that position perfectly. Just had to shift my weight a little bit to see everything I needed to see. This kind of merged into being 2 positions, but I just kind of shot slow. I was really kind of shooting way too cautiously. Still dropped a bunch of points. Class fire. So class fire didn't go well for me at all. Missed my grip. Gun looks like it's tracking well, although I shot 1 alpha on that string and managed to fire 3 makeup shots. So for me to hit 100 on that class fire, which is what I was shooting for, I should have shot it in about 6 1/4 seconds and got all the points, or under 6 seconds and drop a couple points. But because I missed my grip with my left hand, gun wasn't tracking uniformly and threw a bunch of points on paper and then had a bunch of makeups on steel. So that was no good. 695. It ended up being like a 74%, which won't count for me because I'm a master. So this went well, and then boom, oh, miss, and there it is, 3rd try. I threw a Charlie Delta on the swinger there, or the waver, I guess you'd say. Shot across the middle there, then kind of messed up my shot to slide lock. On this target, I wasted a bunch of times. You see I shot it 4 times. Let's go back there and look at that. I shot it 4 times, and the first 2 bullets were marginally on the line on the right side of hardcover. The second 2 shots hit the line on the left side of hardcover, and I was just like, you know what, those are going to break. Those are going to be good. They were good. I got the alphas there, but it took 2 makeup shots to get it. Still at this point penalty free, but it cost me a bunch of time. One thing I'm noticing is I'm moving around really clunkily. All winter I've just been practicing gun handling drills, and you can kind of see me open up my stride and kind of lope around, and I just am moving around. Let's see if I can back it up a little bit. Just kind of moving around, kind of clunky. Don't look real good. Like I wasn't super planning on shooting across the middle like that, so I ran out of space and wasted a bunch of time standing there. Just not moving with authority. It's pretty bad on this stage. You'll see. So the baller plan, and nobody did it that I'm aware of, but if you shot this paper target, this paper target, this paper target, and then there's 2 through that window and a popper, you could shoot to 11. And if you did not miss at all, that was the baller plan to do. Nobody was feeling spicy enough to do it. I kind of botched this position. I was supposed to kind of roll through here and shoot it like I shot the second position. All of the grandmasters shot the popper through the window next to the barrel. I didn't do that. So since I didn't have any of the grandmasters on my squad, like my plan usually became the plan for the limited cap divisions. So that was right there. It took a bunch of time, and then doing the hard lean, even though I got it on the first try. So that was pretty tidy, rolling through there, doing it like I wanted to do, and then settle out on the popper. So I was pretty pleased with the second position. Not at all pleased with the first one. And it's about halfway through this stage, I find my trigger stroke on the trigger and start actually connecting with steel. The day starts going better after this stage for me. I also get my only penalty on this stage. So I should have turned that into 2 positions right there. So if you look, this is a hard lean. Like, you had to kind of lean out to shoot the targets on the left. Let's see here. So you had to keep your body in the same position shooting that head box only right there on your left to shoot that target, which was a slow, awkward transition. And then you kind of had to lean out to the right to pick up. This is an upside down target. The head box is actually, if you look right there at the ground, so you had to aim about right there to get your alphas. So it's kind of a weird position, and Gunner South PAS, my buddy, you should go subscribe to his channel if you haven't. He actually turned this into 2 position and kind of stepped forward where both these targets presented better, and it's kind of neater because then you could shoot the next steel array from the front of the box. Now, one GM did something interesting. He only shot what you had to shoot from this side, so he shot this paper and both of these papers from this position, and then included this target in the steel array because there's 7 shots on steel, which leaves you 2 makeups. It wouldn't have worked for me, as you'll see, because I was so yeah, okay, shot the missed. Or okay, now I found my trigger and it's going well for me. So at that point in the day, I actually started putting up good trigger control. So in the final position, kind of rolling in, shot well, got the head box. So okay, missed. I fired 3 at that guy, and that was my only penalty for the day. I had a mic, so my makeup shot didn't connect on that either, which was annoying to waste the time and still lose it. So this stage is actually, I didn't shoot it particularly well, dropped a bunch of points, but I had a personal win here because I used a stage marker, so I'm proud of this stage because I did this. Now watch my head. I look at the ground right there. Okay, so on the ground next to my right foot, this is a stage that all the cowboys practice their shotguns on, so there's a bunch of shotgun wads on the ground, and I noticed that my right foot needed to be right here so where I could see these 3 targets. If you overran this position, then this target would go away, and if you didn't run far enough, this target wouldn't present. So you had to kind of hit it just so, and it was kind of weird. So I used a stage marker, and I ran straight to the position right there. Wish I could have connected on points, otherwise it would have been a pretty good run, but stage markers is kind of a new concept to me, and I'm trying to program them into my runs. So the fact that I was able to connect and use one for these kind of stages usually eat my lunch where it's a positional stage. So I look forward to improving my positions further and getting back into practicing moving while shooting and not just stand and shoot. So yeah, last position went fine. That's all. Still kind of shooting real slow. You can see my cadence is probably not appropriate for what they're doing. And this is the last stage. You guys are peaches for sticking around this long. So my thought here, there's 4 targets. There's 2 on the left and a stack of them right here. My thought was that I would exit position on this open target here and start my feet moving, then roll by and concede Charlie's on the partial target that kind of in the alley right there. So you can see that kind of happen. Probably still should have drawn to the target on the right. So the reason I would have drawn to the target on the right is because my gun is worn on my right hip and it's a much faster draw. If I just drawn to this target and just blazed this guy, and then you had a good chunk of the A box there. I think I did get all the A's on that one. It wasn't too bad. Then tried to stroll through the next position. Took my hand off the gun there. In my head and in my walkthrough, it was always going to be keep both hands on the gun and just swing it from the head or the open target right there, but you can see my hand actually goes down to my magazines to start trying to reload. So that's still an issue. I need to be able to keep both hands on the gun if I don't need to reload. So you can see it kind of start to come into position right there. It's pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of smoke. Got to get that sorted out. And roll into position. But that reload, for whatever reason, took a long time. So from this position, you got this paper here, this popper, and then through this port over here, you've got another piece of paper. Okay, my RO said he wasn't sure about, because he couldn't see if I broke the 180 there. It's pretty clear to me that I don't. But it's something to think about when you're moving to your support side. So that's if I was going to do it, it was going to be right there when seating the mag. And to me, that's very clearly pointed down range. I'm probably 165, if nothing else. And at this point, I actually point it wide to my side, just keeping it pointed square at the back berm. Some guys actually ran around the back side and didn't cut the front so that they would have an easier reload coming into position. So I'll get it playing here. Enter the position exactly like I need to. That's an easy position to hit. So my goal was to put my foot exactly in the corner, toe touching the rear fault line, sole of my shoe touching the side fault line. I hit that position like I wanted to. All three poppers in one shot. I managed to shoot, you can kind of see it there. I managed to shoot the, let's see, can you see it? Nope. So there we go. I thought I shot the port because I didn't have enough of a lean to shoot. Yeah, you can kind of see right there. If you look on the barricade, you can see that there's a chunk out of it, and I didn't want to jeopardize a hardcover mic because they don't count that. And you kind of lean out, and this guy barely presented himself, and I shot him cleanly, if I recall. So that's my match. It went pretty well. Had a lot of fun, had a great fun squad. And so the big things that I'm focusing on is doing a lot of things and not a lot of time, like many options as far as like keeping my feet moving and doing 90-degree transitions while on the move, and then hitting a reload, then hitting a position that makes me think hard about what I'm trying to do there. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching this, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care.